The movie I'm doing trivia about today is Casablanca. It's early again. I just woke up too. So. But Casablanca is like my third favorite film ever, and yet I knew some of it, but I didn't know a lot of trivia on this, so I had to look it up. But I have all of it right here. There's a lot more. Look it up because I'll the best of it. Because some of it's way too much for me to get into. But as time goes by, it was almost cut from the movie. Which I would have been so sad about because it's so beautiful and I love that song so much. Or they almost cut it because they didn't think it was right for the movie, but they wanted to reshoot the scenes with Dooley and Ingrid and redo the song, but she didn't have time, so they kept the song and the scenes the way they were, and I'm glad they did. Sam was supposed to be a woman, played by either Hazel Scott, Alina Horn, or Ella Fitzgerald. I'm so glad they got Sam. I love him. Paul Henrid, who played Victor Laszlo, he did not want to do the movie. He was on loan from another studio, who pretty much forced him to do it. And he didn't want to, because he was a big star, and his part wasn't gonna be that big, and he didn't want to be like, he was afraid it would ruin his career if he hadn't played a smaller part. Dooley Wilson, who played Sam, was a drummer, and he faked playing the piano. The piano was played by Elliot Carpenter. And Elliot Carpenter was in front of Dooley behind a curtain, but in a way that Dooley could see Elliot's hands so that he could move him around on the piano the way that he was doing it. So that makes me sad though. I don't know why. I was like, oh. Kind of ruined everything. Many of the shadows were painted on the set, so a lot of the shadows of people are not actual people. Conrad Van Vliet, Major Strasser, was against Nazis. He was German, but he was against Nazis. His wife was Jewish, and he was German, and he hated Nazis so much. And there was a time he had to escape from Germany because he would stand on corners and whatever, and he would protest the Nazis, and they were coming after him and his wife, and she was Jewish, so they pretty much ran off to save her life, not just his. I was looking at You Kid was improvised by Humphrey Bogart. And there's a whole story behind that I'm not going to get into because I don't know. It's a very complicated thing to tell. Humphrey's wife at the time accused him of having an affair with Ingrid, but Humphrey and Ingrid didn't really talk. They didn't talk to each other off camera. They talked to each other once off camera at lunch about the production and the lines, and they didn't want to do the movie. They thought the movie was kind of dumb, but that's the only time that they ever talked, was at lunch. Joy Page, the Bulgarian, was American. The only American in this were Humphrey, Dooley Wilson, and Joy Page. And Joy Page was a stepdaughter of I should have written that down. But of Warner somebody, so yeah, Jay Warner. I'm gonna say yeah, I was her stepfather. Berman was taller than Bogart. Humphrey had to wear a platform in his shoes in order to be the same height as Ingrid, or like when they were doing like scenes in the cafe where he was standing next to her, he was standing on a crate. Carl was a professor before he was a waiter. I've never heard anyone call him professor. Apparently there's a person who calls him that, so apparently he was a professor before he was a waiter, before the war. Julie Wilson, again, who played Sam, was the only cast member who actually visited Casablanca. I'm going to do the rest of this on another video. Probably going to be the last part. So